dive right into the heart of the royal family as we explore the events surrounding Prince Harry's 40th birthday. A milestone not just for the Duke himself, but one that resonates across the world, echoing through the halls of Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace alike. The birthday wishes flowed in, not only from the royal family's social media accounts, but also from a myriad of charities and non-governmental organisations. Publicly and heartwarmingly, they all wished Prince Harry a joyous birthday. Yet the world, ever so intrigued by the workings of the royal family, expected to hear more. More about the birthday, more about the celebrations, more about the man who had stepped away from his royal duties to carve a new path. The public's gaze was firmly fixed on the royal court, anticipating a feast of news. In the midst of this expectation, a particular thought hung thick in the air. Would King Charles call his son? A simple yet profound question that speaks volumes about the complex relationship between the two. The father and the son, the king and the prince, their relationship has always been a subject of intrigue and speculation. As the world waited, only one journalist, Katie Nicholl at Vanity Fair, managed to procure some form of confirmation. A call between King Charles and Prince Harry had likely taken place. However, the details remained shrouded in mystery. The news was, at best, vague, a morsel, a hint, but not a satisfying answer to the public's curiosity. This lack of information was not necessarily a bad thing. It suggested that Prince Harry, unlike some of his royal counterparts, valued the privacy of his conversations. Yet, it also left us wondering about the relationship between the father and the son, a relationship that was once warm and tender, now seemingly marked by distance and silence. While the public awaited news, all that came through was a vague confirmation of a call, leaving everyone wondering about the relationship between father and son. Let's delve deeper into the dynamics of the royal family, particularly between King Charles and Prince Harry. This father-son relationship is a complex labyrinth filled with public gestures and private conversations, a dance of diplomacy and family ties. Prince Harry, the younger son, has always maintained a certain level of discretion about his relationship with his father. In recent years, there's been a noticeable shift in his approach to privacy. He's become a fortress, keeping his conversations with King Charles under wraps, a testament to his respect for their bond, and perhaps an attempt to shield it from the prying eyes of the world. In stark contrast, we see Prince William, the elder son and heir apparent to the throne. His interactions with their father are often laid bare, shared openly, perhaps a strategic move or just a different approach to their royal responsibilities. However, it's no secret that William's openness has sometimes led to a few leaks, especially when tensions run high between the brothers. Then we have the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla. Her influence on King Charles is undeniable. She, along with the courtiers, appear to have vested interests in maintaining the status quo, keeping Charles and Harry at arm's length. This estrangement serves their purposes, making Charles more malleable, easier to guide and control. The royal family dynamics are indeed a fascinating study. The web of relationships influenced by duty, power and personal emotions creates a captivating narrative that continues to draw the public's attention. The estrangement between King Charles and his sons, particularly Harry, is a prime example of this intricate dance. It's a complex interplay, a delicate balance between public duty and private emotions. It's a narrative that continues to evolve, keeping us intrigued, making us question, and leaving us curious for more. The royal family dynamics continue to intrigue the public, particularly the estrangement between King Charles and his sons. Let's take a journey back to Harry's 39th birthday and how it played out. It was a day filled with joy and celebration, but also a stark reminder of the deep-seated issues within the royal family. Harry chose to celebrate his birthday in Germany, surrounded by the camaraderie and spirit of the Invictus Games, an international sporting event he himself founded for wounded, injured or sick armed services personnel. Accompanied by Meghan, their Archewell team, and some of the Invictus participants, Harry was in high spirits. The Invictus Games, after all, was not just another event. It was a symbol of Harry's commitment to service, his empathy for the wounded, and his determination to create a platform that celebrated their courage and resilience. As Harry revelled in the success of the Games, the British media was in a frenzy. They made a considerable fuss over the fact that Charles and William had refused to speak to Harry on his birthday. The reason? A simmering jealousy that the Invictus Games were garnering more international attention than any of their own initiatives. Charles and William's silence was a stark contrast to the applause and admiration Harry was receiving on the world stage. It was a painful reminder of the widening chasm between Harry and his family, a rift that seemed to deepen with every passing event. And what was supposed to be a day of celebration turned into a glaring spotlight on the fractured relations within the royal family. While Harry was making headlines for his service and dedication, Charles and William were making headlines for their silence and absence. Harry's 39th birthday was a clear indication of the strained relations within the royal family. A day that should have been filled with familial love and well wishes was instead marred by silence and resentment. It was a stark reminder that while Harry may have found his own path, the road back to his family was fraught with complications and hurt feelings. Now, let's talk about the harsh reality of the relationship between Prince Harry and King Charles. It's no secret that the relationship between the father and son has been strained over the years. But what's truly revealing is Charles's tendency to only reach out to Harry on what can be considered major birthdays. This pattern of communication, or lack thereof, certainly paints a picture. It's as if King Charles is trying to fulfill his duty as a father by making these obligatory calls, but only when the occasion is significant enough. It's a sad state of affairs indeed. This isn't just about a father and son, it's about a future king and a prince who has chosen a different path. And it's about the public's perception of a royal family that's supposed to represent unity and tradition. What does this say about Charles as a father? Well, it certainly doesn't paint him in the best light. It suggests a relationship that is distant and perhaps even cold. It's a stark contrast to the warm and loving image that the royal family often tries to portray. It's a bitter truth that many royal observers have suspected for a long time. But it's not just about Charles, it's also about Harry. His choice to step back from royal duties and his candid interviews have painted a different picture of royal life. It's a picture that doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of growing up in the public eye. Harry has shown that he's not afraid to speak his truth, even if it's uncomfortable. And what of the public's perception? Many are left to speculate on the intricacies of the royal family dynamics. There's a fascination with the lives of these figures who represent tradition and power, yet seem so human in their flaws and struggles. In the end, the public can only speculate on the intricacies of the royal family dynamics. As we wrap up our discussion on Prince Harry's 40th birthday, let's summarise our main points. This special day was marked by well wishes from not only the royal family's official social media accounts, but also a myriad of charities and non-profit organisations. A little birdie at Vanity Fair even hinted at a possible phone call from King Charles himself, sending the media into a frenzy of speculation. However, this birthday also brought to the forefront the strained relationship between father and son, a topic that has been a constant undercurrent in the royal narrative. It's a peculiar dynamic, one that seems to be influenced by not just personal emotions, but also the machinations of courtiers and the Duchess of Cornwall herself. It appears that these external forces are keen on maintaining a rift between Charles and his sons, a situation that undoubtedly leaves Charles more susceptible to manipulation. This isn't the first time that Harry's birthday has stirred up controversy, though. Cast your minds back to his 39th birthday, celebrated amidst the Invictus Games in Germany. This event, despite its noble cause, was marred by reports of Charles and William's refusal to communicate with Harry, a decision seemingly fueled by jealousy over the Invictus Games' global acclaim. And this brings us to the crux of our conversation, Charles's questionable role as a father. It seems that his interactions with Harry are dictated more by the significance of the occasion rather than genuine paternal affection. A father's love should not be conditional or sporadic, but consistent and unconditional. The royal family continues to fascinate and intrigue. As we delve into these complex dynamics, it's essential to remember that these are real people, with real emotions, living under the constant scrutiny of the public eye. As we bid adieu, remember to subscribe, share and leave a comment. Thank you. I am your loyal host, Kelly.